Davis, Shane Peterson, and Redford Dutton. Peterson, their leading scorer, at 13.7 points per game. Now for the Warriors, another new starting lineup. Shea Smith, Jonathan Taylor in the backcourt, Effenberger at the 3, Dyron Brown, and Aaron Timms holding down the paint. For the Warriors, who are in their home white uniforms here on Senior Day, 2 of the 3 seniors on this team in the starting lineup, Dyron Brown and Griffin Effenberger. Sam Limehouse the 3rd. And for Mount Olive, in their road green uniforms with the white trim, Barnes and Timms are up. It's tipped, and we are underway. Ball in the hands of the Trojans here first. This is Davis. Davis snaking through the lane. Now Peterson. Peterson, a big-time shooter. Do you think Griffin Effenberger shoots a lot for the Warriors? Well, Effenberger has shot 129 threes on the season. Peterson has shot 226 threes on the season for Mount Olive. So certainly a guy you're going to have to get a hand up on. He's probably going to shoot it, whether you have a hand up or not. But you might as well help your chances get a hand up on Peterson. Trojans empty on their first possession now. The first possession of the game for the home team. Ball in the hands of Shea Smith. It's a high screen. And then the back screen, Effenberger screened Brown. Shea Smith's shot was blocked. Now here is a setup for Dutton, who goes inside to Barnes, who lost out of play. Ball goes back to the Warriors. Both teams scoreless, 1 minute played. A little bit of pressure here from the Trojans to start off. Here's Smith. Almost poked away there by Watkins. Now it's Taylor. 2-3 zone from the Trojans. Extra pass to Brown in the corner. Now Effenberger, 5 on the shot clock, has to put it up. Can't rattle it home. Barnes, the loose ball. There's Davis. Now Peterson. 3 freshmen in the starting lineup. That was Dutton, the redshirt sophomore, transfer from Purdue Fort Wayne with the missed shot. Foul is on for Josiah Watkins. The 3 freshmen are Khalif Barnes, Josiah Watkins, and Kennard Davis. First team foul of the game on either team there. Here's Smith, back to man now for the Trojans. Now 2 minutes played, both teams scoreless. Cross-court feed to Brown. He'll pull the 3. That one's short and rebounded by Barnes. Joined now by my partner, Matt O'Banion. Matt, some thoughts on this game?
Well, it would be a great game to end off for the Warriors as Dyron Brown goes up for the layup. So the Warriors, not a very good season. 4-22, 3-13 at conference. This would be another great win to pick up in conference play to move to 4-13. But this Mount Olive team also on the struggle bus this year, 6-20, 5-11 in conference. So a pretty evenly matched game. But you would love to see a player like Aaron Timms or even the senior Dyron Brown go off in this game to help lift the Warriors to getting that 4th conference win, 4th overall on the season.
Warriors 13th in the KPI rankings. Mount Olive is 10th. We should clean up that. Aaron Timms is wearing number 20 today, as the 3 is way off there for Mount Olive. Jonathan Taylor, the rebound and pushing the pace. Usually wears number 23, but today in number 20. Here's JT to the rack, finishing with the right hand. 4-point lead early for the Warriors.
And Jonathan Taylor, a great freshman. That is just one word to use about him. He is versatile in every single part on the court, whether it's behind the arc, from the charity stripe, on the defensive route, or in transition. This guy is going to be a great player down the stretch.
There's Dutton pulling the 3. It's no good. Rebounded by Smith. Really cold start for Mount Olive so far. Now Taylor looking for another driving lane. Right hand layup too strong. Rebounded by Dutton. Now he's going to try to push the pace. Has a step on Brown. Right-handed layup is good. That's not great defense there from the Warriors in transition. And the first bucket for Mount Olive. After 3.5 minutes. 4 subs waiting to check in for the Trojans. Not a very deep bench. Only have 5 players dressed today. Taylor's 3 is no good as compared to the Warriors. They have a full bench, and they need an extra chair down at the end for Coach Gwynn. Here's Barnes. Nice cut in the layup from Dutton. Tied at 4.
Coach Gwynn, not the traditional route to becoming an assistant coach. He is the FCA representative for Southern Wesleyan.
His first year doing that as well.
First year as well, and now stepping into the role perfectly, I would say, as the assistant coach here for the Southern Wesleyan men's basketball team.
Nice fadeaway jumper there from Effenberger. Warriors go 2-3 zone here on this possession. The shooter is Peterson there in the corner. Davis. Inside, Dutton. Nice cut, trying to get it right back to Davis. 2 on the shot clock. He'll pull a 3. It's short. Offensive rebound was lost there by Watkins. He was asking for a whistle, but it will be Warrior ball after the immediate timeout. 2-point lead for Southern Wesleyan.
Life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Back underway here, some full court pressure from the Trojans out of the timeout. 6-4 early SWU lead.
And when you look at this Mount Olive team, especially Shane Pearson, you see this guy shooting a lot of three-pointers. 226 to be exact. Shooting almost 32% on the year from behind the arc.
Tough pass inside. Shot clock was winding down. Dyron Brown might have forced one. Aaron Murphy's checked in for the first time. Or it's actually 4 new ones. The only one who stayed in is Shane Peterson. This is Murphy turning, fading short. The only senior on the roster is Christopher Clark. That's him, number 14, chasing down Dyron Brown, who finished with the right hand. Here's Clark. Radcliffe popping and hitting. 8-7 now, 14 to play here in the first half. Taylor crosses the timeline. Gets doubled and threw it away. Clark is trying to chase it down. Can he finish with a layup? He does. That's a big swing there for the Warriors. A bit of a freshman moment there from Taylor as Rico Hallman, who has been on fire the past couple games, will check in at the next dead ball. Goes averaging 15 and 7 over his last 6 games. Here's Aaron Timms. Warriors tied for leading scorer with Eric Hackett, who also starting on the bench today. Taylor steps into a 3 and knocks it down. Sneaky good three-point shooter, Jonathan Taylor, gives the Warriors back the lead. Back in man-to-man now are the Warriors. Clark. Brockington. Now in the corner is Radcliffe for three. He knocks down his second. Colin Radcliffe, a sophomore from Richlands, North Carolina, checks in off the bench and hits down 2 threes right away.
Radcliffe, he just has 18 threes on the year, shooting about close to 40% now. And so he's not like the guy who's going to be shooting a lot of threes like Griffin Effenberger right here, who just made a three right there.
Tough shot.
A very tough shot, but
he can hit them.
Goes in.
Effenberger can hit some tough shots for sure.
He can.
Clark, nice spin. It was stripped away though by Smith. Actually, a bit of a late whistle there, but I think that one should be on the shot. It is. Foul on Smith, his first. So 2 shots now for Clark.
Clark coming in, not shooting a lot of free throws. 3 for 4. 75% on the year, but just those 4 free throws for him.
First free throw good from Clark. Holman and Hackett and Marcus Long check in for Dyron Brown, Arrington's Chase Smith. Two interim head coaches here in today's contest. Zach Grant of Mount Olive and Joel Stites of the Warriors.
And Marcus Long, who just checked into this game, more than likely for Aaron Timms. He's only 6'2", but he can get up. He gets a lot of rebounds for the Warriors and is also very good in the paint.
Yeah, so the Warriors going small now. It's probably going to be Holman at the 5. And right now, Marcus Long guarding Radcliffe at the 4.
But as we saw in the Young-Harris game, that small ball group really worked for them.
It did for sure, but Radcliffe is working for Mount Olive right now. He's got 8 already.
And Radcliffe only coming in the game with 1.1 rebounds a game.
Hackett gets doubled. Now Taylor splitting, and Hallman in the corner. 5 on the shot clock. Right back to Effenberger. He pumped. Nice pass to Hackett, who was fouled on the way up. Had a couple shooters there who usually will pull it from out there, both Effenberger and Hackett. That didn't, but the Warriors got a good look at the rim. Hackett was fouled, sending us to our under 12 media timeout. 2-point lead for the Trojans. Hackett to the free throw line as we return, knocks down the first. Man, he's been a terrific free throw shooter during conference play. He's 80% from the line in conference play, 73% overall, first on the team during conference play. Marcus Long is the team's leader overall. But Eric Hackett's percentage continues to climb. Warriors go in zone here, 2-3. Hallman in the middle of it. Taylor and Hackett up top, the 2 freshmen on the floor for the Warriors. Extra pass to Clark. And he can't knock it down. Rico Hallman's there with the board. All tied at 16 here. Now Hallman looking for an angle. Kicks out to Taylor. Goes behind the back. Nice move. Finds Effenberger. Now he'll drive. Hackett. Inside for Hallman. Got a mismatch down there. Goes up with the right hand and finishes. That was Clark on Hallman down low. Not a matchup that you would expect Hallman would lose too many times.
And Hallman strong going to the bucket on that one.
And now he's wrestling down low with Khalif Barnes. 6'7", 215 Khalif Barnes. That's not your normal freshman. Neither is that. That's a tough shot from Watkins. And get a lot from those freshmen. I have a whole lot of them. There's Effenberger splitting the press. Right back to him. Now Hackett. He'll pull a three and knock it down. Eric Hackett never shy of confidence with the ball in his hands, and gives the Warriors a 3-point lead.
That's a big reason why he's their second leading scorer on this team. Even tied with Aaron Timms for first.
Now Dutton looking to back down Effenberger. Hallman comes to double. Clark lost it. Taylor, now the loose ball. And he gets doubled in the backcourt. Needs to find some help. It's Effenberger there. 4 seconds to get it across. Now they do to Marcus Long. Hallman corner three. Knocks it down. And Rico Hallman has just improved so much as a three-point shooter. He's up
really
and over
has.
20% now after being at 6% just 4 games ago. Just continuing to get better, and he's been one of the Warriors' better players down the stretch here this season.
And he really isn't the greatest player from behind the arc, but he can finish strong in the paint.
He can do this for sure. I think Barnes might have got a piece of that one, though. Clark pulling it away. Now Watkins blocked by Marcus Long. Up ahead to Effenberger. Can Griffin finish through contact? He does. Effenberger to the line for a chance at an old-fashioned three-point play. Warriors increasing their lead here early. Foul is on Clark. And here's a replay of Griffin as Clark swipes down. Effenberger regained some balance and finished with the right hand. Really nice bucket there from the senior on senior day. Griffin Effenberger from Spokane, Washington.
Griffin now up to 4.
Effenberger,
Griffin now up to 7 points.
8.6 on the season, and actually the team's leader in assists. Don't have a whole lot of 6'8" guys doing that. Now here's driving through the lane. Watkins was looking to throw it up to Barnes. And Barnes might have got bumped there by Rayvon Allen, who checked in for the first time. No call. Warriors get a turnover. 9-point lead now. Hallman hands off to Hackett. Now Taylor.
Rico thought about it.
He did think about that one for sure. Now Hackett with the right hand. Unlucky bounce. Allen's fighting for it. Hackett took a hard fall. Now they go quickly up ahead to Dutton, who finishes. And Hackett's going to need to get a sub. Took a really hard fall on his backside there. Shea Smith. And back into the game for the Warriors.
Yeah, just falling on his backside. Might have caught a little bit of that leg.
7-point lead now for the Warriors. 28 minutes to play in the first half. Now Hallman, that's way too much space for Rico, who finishes with the right hand.
I was about to throw it down right there. Certainly drive him to the basket like he was. He's got a three-point in the corner made by Radcliffe.
Dutton knocks down the three. Lead down to 6. Timeout Mount Olive. We'll take it with immediate timeout at 7:41. Warriors to inbound full court after the timeout called by Mount Olive. They have 3 remaining. And the shot clock did not start. I don't think it's a 10-second call. I just don't think that the shot clock started ever. So they'll sort that one out at the table. As of right now, 7:34 on the game clock. And they're working out right now to see, I think they're checking back the live stats game log just to check out where the clock was at the timeout. Matt, do you have an update on the baseball score? No? I believe they have the clock sorted out now. They have it down to 21. But the Warriors did get the cross, though, so they saved the 10-second timeout after some really good pressure from Mount Olive. Ball in the hands of Taylor. 15 on the shot clock. Still Taylor. Out to Effenberger. He'll pull the 3. No good. Rebound into the hands of Watkins. Now Davis. Dunton pumps, scoops, inside. That was a terrific move. Barnes finishes through contact after an amazing assist from Redford Dunton. And a 3-point play opportunity for the freshman Khalif Barnes. That was just terrific offense all around from Mount Olive. Barnes' free throw short, but there's Dunton again on the offensive rebound, but he lost it on the way up. Shea Smith pushing the pace for the Warriors. Effenberger trails. Now Hallman, he'll pull a 3. That one looked good, but didn't fall. Watkins pulls down the rebound. Now here's Kennard Davis, trailing. Dunton, extra pass. Peterson, too strong. There's 2 Mount Olive rebounders clashing with Jonathan Taylor, the Warriors point guard, and now Barnes wide open underneath. That's just not great defensive execution there by the Warriors. Lead is down to 2. Taylor, a cross-court pass, not a good pass. Peterson intercepts it. Holman fouled Peterson on the way up, and he'll get 2 shots. So a bit of a run now for Mount Olive. Two of the, you would say, not best defenses in the conference. Overall in points allowed per game, the Warriors are 12th in defense. Mount Olive is 13th in defense. And they are the 13th and 14th defenses in opponent field goal percentage.
It's not the best defenses.
Not the best defenses for sure. And certainly you'd understand why not the best records for either team as well. Mount Olive overall in the season, 6-20, 5-11 in conference play. The Warriors are 4-22, 3-13 in conference play.
Mount Olive is 3-9 on the road, but Southern Wesleyan is 3-7 at home.
Mount Olive 3-9 on the road, 3-9 at home. Nice stat there, and a nice bucket there from Shea Smith. Warriors go back up. Now lob up to Barnes, who was fouled. They say it's on the floor. It ended in 8-0 run. That last bucket by Shea Smith. And here comes Hackett back in to the game for the Warriors. Good sign for them. And
Smith's
2 more subs
second.
as well.
Smith's second personal foul here in the first half.
And so he will have to take a seat.
That's been a big struggle for the Warriors. Their main guys getting into foul trouble early in the game and can't have that much production after that.
The last 2 games, it's been Aaron Timms. Or really last 3 games, it's been Aaron Timms. Really strong bucket there from Aaron Murphy. He's once again tied at 31.
Showing press.
Good break there from the Warriors, but Hackett then gets doubled. Splits it, finds Taylor. Warriors have a bit of an odd man advantage, and Taylor sees it and finishes with the right hand. Up to 7 points now for the freshman. 7-3 and 2 assists. Had a good game so far. The Warriors get a stop, though. Clark, we're going to cook something up here. Now Peterson gets a screen. Goes to Murphy, backing down Timms. Left-hand shot, no good. Rebounded by Aaron. Now Hallman looking to go the other way for the Warriors. Taylor gets a screen from Timms. They throw it inside to Aaron. He gets doubled. Taylor, extra pass, Hallman. He'll pull a 3 and get a friendly roll.
A few friendly bounces on that one.
Home team bounce there for Rico Hallman, his second made 3 of the game.
A 5-point lead now for the Warriors.
And just too much space there for Watkins, who answers and finishes with the left hand.
Now all sticking with that press right on the inbound.
And they're back in zone now. Both teams switching up from the man-to-man to the 2-3 zone. Hackett couldn't get the lucky roll off the backboard. Dyron Brown pulled down the offensive rebound, the team's leader in rebounds per game. Timms goes middle. 10 on the shot clock. Left hand, hook shot, good. Man, that's his shot for sure with the left hand. First bucket of the game for the Warriors, leading scorer, or tied for leading scorer on the game at 9.5 points per game. Nice pass
Behind
there.
the back.
Finding Radcliffe. And Peterson, an open 3, knocks it down. Shane Peterson's first field goal of the game. The Trojans' leading scorer at just over 13 points per game.
So just a 2-point lead now for the Warriors here with 3 minutes left in the first half.
Here's Taylor. Timms. Looking to work. Fading. Couldn't get it to fall. Rebounded by Peterson. Up ahead to Murphy, whose left-handed layup is good, and we're tied at 38. Still zone for Mount Olive. 2 subs waiting to check in for both teams. Hallman, Hackett, all the way around. Dyron Brown, 3, no good. And off the leg of Murphy. Sending us to a timeout. All square at 38, 2:21 left to play here in the first half. back underway here. Tough inbound spot for the Warriors, but they got it in to Hackett. Throwing it inside to Aaron. See if he can work something. 3 Trojans down there, but that was Khalif Barnes with the block.
And just really plugging the paint there. They're always sending at least 2 rebounders under the bucket to get the rebound, and just outnumbering and outpowering the Warriors indeed.
It is an area that the Warriors struggle with, more so on the defensive end, just protecting the paint. There's Long. Cross-court feed to Hallman. He'll step into a 3 and knock it down. Just better by game, Rico Hallman from 3.
He's going to be a great guy to watch next year.
And that was really the only can play with him early in the season. He's always been a terrific player for the Warriors. It was just that shooting piece that wasn't always there. I mean, if Hallman can consistently knock down threes, he is a terrific basketball player.
He will definitely be one of the top guys in conference if he can dial that in.
Once again, all square at 41. Minute 20 to
by
play.
Radcliffe, even again at 41.
And a tough pass there from Hackett. Stolen away by Brockington. Fouled by Taylor. Tough fall there for Jamerl Brockington. And that'll be Taylor's first 5th team foul on the Warriors. Almost timed it up perfectly, but certainly a foul. Two shots here for Brockington. On the season, just 4 of 11 from the stripe. And that one rolls around and falls.
Averaging 1.2 points a game.
Second one short, rebounded by Timms. So 42-41, just over a minute to play here in the first half. Timms up high. Harris got the switch with Barnes. Timms and Peterson wrestling down low. Can they get it to Aaron? They're trying to now. Here he is, working down low, puts his shoulder into Peterson, scores the bucket. Timeout, Coach Stites. Great job by the Warriors, just working and working and working till they could find the angle to get it to Aaron, and he finishes with his left hand, as he usually does, close to the rim. And a 1-point lead. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Matt, Warriors need to stop here. What do you think they go to, zone or man?
I would definitely stick with that zone defense, that 2-3 zone. It's really been working for them. And it has worked in previous games, again, going back to the Young Harris game. A great game to watch, a great game to call, just a great game all around for the Warriors. The 2-3 zone really worked for them with those shooters. And it's just really dialing in players like Dutton and Radcliffe, the guys who are just popping threes in this game. You have to hone them in. But it's also, you have to worry about the second chance points and the offensive rebounds, because every single time Mount Olive is sending at least 2 guys to go get that rebound and just out-bodying and out-powering the Warriors.
And Warriors in a 5-0 run over the last minute 20, making 5 of their last 6 shots from the field. See if they can get a stop here before halftime. 9-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Inside pass, Brockington. Some nice hops, finishes with the left hand. So Mount Olive goes up by 1. Warriors can hold for the last shot if they choose. There's Taylor. And go at 10. It's Hallman. Back to Taylor. Back to Hallman. This is a tough 3 if it goes. It's short. And the rebound by Davis. At the buzzer, he hits the roof. So Mount Olive takes a 1-point lead into the halftime locker room. Very high scoring first half. But as we mentioned, these two defenses certainly capable of giving up a high scoring half or two. That's what this first half was. 44-43 at the break. I'll be back in a little bit with halftime stats and report here on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. back to Tyson Gymnasium just before the start of the second half. Both teams a terrific offensive first half. Both teams over 50% shooting from the field. Southern Wesleyan 17 of 32, Mount Olive 17 of 30. Rico Hallman leads the Warriors with 13 points, 3 of 5 from 3. Overall, an extremely even game. Rebounds, the Warriors lead by 2. Assists, the Warriors lead by 2. Bench points, the Trojans lead by 4. Fast break points, the Trojans lead by 2. Even points in the paint, an area where the Warriors have struggled over the season. Trojans only lead by a score of 20 to 18 with points in the paint. Warriors with 6 made threes. Trojans with 5 made threes. The difference in that department, the scoring department, being that the Trojans have made 5 free throws. The Warriors have made 3. But like I said, overall, just an extremely even game. 2 very even teams on paper, and they're playing up to it so far here in the first half. As you can see, it will be Mount Olive ball and Redford Dunton to get it started with the second half. For the Warriors, it's Smith, Taylor, Effenberger, Hallman, and Timms. And the starting 5 on the floor for Mount Olive: Barnes, Watkins, Davis, Peterson, Dunton. That was Peterson pulling a 3 out of play. Ball goes to the Warriors. Certainly something they drew up, trying to get their leading scorer involved. Just 5 points in the first half. Here's Smith now with the head of steam going the other way. Trying to go up through some contact. It's a whistle. And Shea Smith to the free throw line for 2 shots. Shea Smith, a very good free throw shooter, second on the team at 77%. That's going to be the second foul on Josiah Watkins, first on either team in this half. Smith knocks down the first. All score at 44 apiece. Matt was just talking about how even this game as a whole, field goal shooting, rebounding, bench points, even points in the paint, just overall a very, very even game. And it's a foul on Shea Smith, who was trying to tie up Barnes. What do you think the most important department is, Matt, statistically, if the Warriors are going to want to win, if they want to win here in this game?
Definitely the rebounding game. That's been the soft spot for them all season. And it's just like even free throws, they're not the best team at it in the conference. But since they're just such a small team where it's size and also height, they just need that down the stretch to get this victory.
Yeah, it's the 3rd personal foul on Shea Smith, who is listed at 6 foot. I'd argue he's maybe even a little bit smaller. He's picked up his 3rd personal foul, and he is the Warriors' leading rebounder here today at 6 rebounds in the first half. And Barnes finishes with the right hand to put the Trojans back up 2. That's a big matchup there. Dunton on Hackett out in the open court. Hallman on the left wing. Now Timms looking to back down. Barnes, left hand, hook shot, short, tipped around, rebounded by Dunton. Now Dunton trailing, thought about a 3. And that was Watkins on the drive. He's looking for a foul there. Warriors maybe looking for a jump ball or a travel. Neither way, we play on. Hackett spinning, Hackett right hand layup, tough.
That's just a great angle to go off of the backboard.
It is.
Get that shot to go in.
Hey, you're right. He knew exactly where he was on the floor after he spun and used the underhand of the right hand to flip it up there and tie the game at 46. Here's Watkins. Barnes clearing out. Looking to bang with Timms. Foul on Aaron. Shot's no good from Barnes, but there will be 2 shots for the freshman.
And you can even see Aaron Timms arguing that call. And when Barnes was trying to body him, he just had arms straight up. So I can see why he is arguing that call, but definitely some contact there.
And so now Barnes to the free throw line. 64% free throw shooter. Solid for a big fella. Knocks down the first. Good looking stroke there. He's got 5 points now today. As Matt was just saying, you can see it just about every time a player will argue that his arms are up. His arms will be like 4/5 of the way up. They'll call a foul, and they'll put his arms straight all the way up, and that was probably the case with Tim. So we'll say good call there on the refs. Barnes goes 1 and 2 from the stripe, so just a 1-point trip down there for the Trojans. Effenberger looking inside for Hallman. Hallman, the offensive foul. And that'll be Rico's second. And Davis the switch on him. Here's a replay. Not really sure if Hallman ever extended his arm, but Davis did a good job of setting up and knowing that Rico was going to want to back him down. And as soon as he felt first contact, went back, drew the charge. Hallman strips it back. Now here he goes the other way, 3-on-3 break. Taylor trails. Hallman throws it up for Timms. Now Aaron looking to bang down low. Just too strong, but he was fouled. Foul is on Dutton. His first. But a lot more whistles so far in this first half, especially in the second half than was in the first half, especially foul call wise. 5 total fouls already. In the first half there was 8 total. And Aaron knocks down the first. As well as the second. So the Warriors go up 1. This is Davis. Taylor on him. Dutton popping out and knocking down. Hallman just fell slightly asleep there. And Dutton, who had a made 3 in the first, now has a made 3 in the second. And a 2-point Trojan lead.
And it's now their leading scorer in the second half with 12 points.
Taylor lost it on the way up, but they say he hit a Trojan last. So Taylor will now inbound. Into Hallman. Hallman again, the offensive foul. That was certainly much more of an offensive foul than the first one, but most importantly, that's now going to be the 3rd personal foul on Rico Hallman, and Dyron Brown will have to come get him.
Rico Hallman, it's a guy you cannot have foul out because right now he's the leading scorer for both teams with 13 in the game. It's a guy he's not the leading scorer for the Warriors, but it's a guy who will go out there and give you 100% effort and showing that in this game.
Yeah, but at this point, he is playing the best basketball on the Warriors team over the last 5 games.
Absolutely.
Our reigning McAllister's Deli Athlete of the Week. Now a 4-point lead for the Trojans.
And as you were saying earlier, in the first half, he went from shooting what percent from the 3?
He currently is shooting, well, coming into the game, he's shooting 20% on the year, but just a couple of games ago, he was shooting 7% from 3. And he's quickly ratcheted that number up over the last couple games. Didn't make a 3 against Erskine, but was 3 of 5 against Converse. And that's really where it sort of turned, which 3 of 5 and 0 of 2, you wouldn't really mark that down usually as a big-time 3-point shooter. But 3 of 5 and then 3 of 5, that's usually a pretty good number, especially for a big fellow like Hallman. Usually been playing a lot of 4 over the past couple games for the Warriors. But now it's Dyron Brown in there alongside Aaron Timms. So Taylor, Hackett, Effenberger, Brown, Timms for the Warriors. Still starting 5 for Mount Olive, and the 5 that opened the second half. Fouls on Watkins. That'll be a second and send to us to our first media timeout here in the second half. 4-point lead for the Trojans.
This is it. Step into community, step into faith, step into life. Step into Southern Wesleyan University.
Back away early in the second half here at Teisinger Gymnasium. A 4-point lead for the visiting Mount Olive Trojans. Warrior ball. Here's Rayvon Allen looking to drive. Was tied up. Possession arrow stays with the Warriors, though. Long to inbound. Throws it up to Timms. Right back to Marcus Long in the corner. 5 on the shot clock, though, for the Warriors. Got to work quickly. Can Taylor recognizes it? No one does. And Long didn't get it off in time. No one on the Warriors recognized that the shot clock was running down. And so it's going to be a turnover. They're now 6th of the game.
I don't think anyone on the Warriors bench knew either.
Clark speeding past Taylor, but lost it off his leg out of bounds. With full court pressure from Trojans. Just light. Just going to try to slow down Taylor a little bit. Taylor rejects the screen, drives towards Long. Now he'll try one to Timms. Aaron, left hand, short, gobbled up his own rebound and was fouled. That's on Peterson, his second. Taylor to inbound. Here's Dyron Brown. He'll pull a deep two and swish it home. Dyron Brown, a very good jump shooter. You don't want to give him too much room from out there. Really, now that Hallman's hitting, you don't want to give any of the Warrior bigs time to shoot, either Timms, Brown, or Hallman. Ball will stay with the Trojans, 52-50.
And Dyron Brown's a guy who will come off a screen and step up and get one from the mid-range.
Or pick and pop as well. He's actually the Warriors, in terms of three-point percentage, he is the Warriors' leading three-point shooter. Griffin Effenberger does have more makes. Does have double the makes. And now Marcus Long going the other way for the Warriors. 3-on-2. He finds Taylor. Taylor had it rejected by Peterson. Now Clark's trying to speed away the other way. He'll pull up from the free throw line. It's short. Marcus Long the rebound. Now he'll try to go back the other way for the Warriors. Clark picks him up at half court. And Taylor was fouled in the open court by Radcliffe. His first. .14 to play here in the second quarter. Second half, 52-50. That one's stripped away by Clark. Very fast with the ball in his hands. He's with a 3-on-2, and Brockington lost it on the spin. So the ball goes back to the Warriors. Couple sloppy possessions for both teams. Clock stopped at 3:51. I think they're going to work on something with that, though. They had 2 seconds, so it's 13:53. Long gets it into Taylor. Warriors looking to set something up here. Peterson got in the passing lane. Took a hard fall there. He sold all out to try to get that pass directed for Rayvon Allen. And I think they might have clashed. Peterson down. We'll take a break.
Getting back now, seeing a little replay of that. As he is up, but getting looked at by the Southern Wesleyan trainer. So it's just looking like he's hitting that right knee, diving for that ball on the ground. It's good to see him being able to get up, but helped off by his coach and trainer. Now Dyron Brown kicks it to Taylor, who goes inside to Aaron Timms. Hit loose, but corralled back in the corner. Will be rebounded by Mount Olive. That's Brockington with the rebound.
And Rayvon Allen, not a great three-point shooter. He's 15% from out there. We know what he can do on the defensive end, but the offensive production hasn't quite been there at all times here this season. Taylor got his hand in the passing lane. Now Allen controls it, pushing the other way. 3-on-3, Long looking for an angle, right hand too strong. There's Allen on the glass, follows no good. Poked around, and we have a foul on Allen. Well, Coach Davis, or excuse me, Coach Stites happy with the activity down there. Here's a replay. Take your pick there, either Long or Allen.
Coming up scoreless in for 2 minutes in this second half, about midway, 12:45
For both teams.
For both teams, yes.
Looking to work down low. It's Murphy who was fouled by Aaron. His second.
And the Warriors scoreless for about 4 minutes now.
Warriors scoreless for 4 minutes. And Trojans now a field goal drought of 2 minutes after Murphy's first made free throw. Murphy 65% from the stripe on the season. Here comes Davis back into the game for Clark. Murphy's shot is good. Would have been a lane violation on Aaron Timms had that one missed. But it didn't matter. Murphy knocked it down. 4-point lead for Mount Olive. Who can the Warriors go to get a bucket here? Marcus Long trying to drive. Floater is short and rebounded by Radcliffe. Mount Olive looking to push the pace the other way. Radcliffe. Inside to Murphy. Murphy uses the pump fake, goes up with the right hand, and it's good. Man, Murphy's been pretty good down there. 6'4", 215, but he's has really good feet and super composed in the paint. He had a good game.
And a 6-point lead now for Mount Olive. That's their largest lead of the game here.
8 points off the bench for Murphy. And that's him picking up the foul.
Aaron Timms getting fouled head to the line after a timeout now.
56-50, 12 to play here on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Warrior ball, 20 on the shot clock as we're back underway, trailing by 6. Matt, when do you think Coach Stites could go back to either Rico Hallman or Shea Smith with the 3 personal fouls?
Well, definitely it's a thing to look at. Jonathan Taylor also having those 2 fouls, Rico Hallman at 2. So it's guys that you want to go to, but it's just the longer that you leave them in the game, the more that Mount Olive is going to try to target them and going to try to get them to get in foul trouble.
Yeah, overall, it's not a bad stretch with the 2 off the floor. They're only down 4. I have to imagine if that lead ever grew to double digits, that is when he would have to go back to him regardless of time.
Oh, most
if
definitely.
not at around the under 8 timeout.
Because Rico Hallman having a great game, 13, 3, and 1. Those 13 points really helping the Warriors here. That's leading them.
All in the first half as well.
All in the first half, too. And he's still leading points in the game for both teams.
Very well worked inbound set there from the Warriors after a tough spot to inbound, and Effenberger couldn't move. They lob it up to Brown, and his shot's good. Good job with the very high, very low action there from the Warriors, and Timms and Brown, the 2 big fellas. 2-point lead now for Mount Olive.
Dyron Brown missing a few games earlier in the season, and you can really tell, like, down the stretch in those games where they were missing him down low on the defensive end, rebound end, and on the offensive rim.
A nice finish there from Redford. Dutton lead back up to 4. Here's Brown. Hackett goes through the elevator. Maybe had the look he wanted to. Instead goes with the layup, and they'll take it. They'll take 2 points when you get it that easy. But that's way too easy back the other way for Mount Olive. They beat everybody down the court after a made basket, and a foul as well on Dyron Brown.
A foul from the ref that was running down the court as well.
Good activity from him.
Very versatile when it comes to refereeing.
Good speed, quick with his whistle.
I want to see his combine stats.
They should make refs run 40-yard dashes.
Well, no, like with the MLB, when you have umpires, they have like training camps and they actually make them go through drills and running exercises.
And they still suck. Hashtag robot umpires.
I feel like even if the umpires were perfect like a robot, fans would still argue with the calls.
I probably would.
I would probably still be yelling at them and yelling through my TV at them.
It's just fun to have somebody to get mad at.
It really is. And that's like the inhumane thing about it. But it just makes it fun.
Halfway through the second half, 4-point lead for Mount Olive, and a tough pass from Taylor. Aaron's asking him to throw it up. Much more uncharacteristic ball possession by Jonathan Taylor. He's got 3 turnovers here today. Still playing a lot, though. Freshman point guard for the Warriors. In the corner, Dunton knocks it down. Man, the 2, Radcliffe and Dunton, they've been really, really good. That's now 19 points for Dunton, 11 points for Radcliffe. So that's 40 between the 2 of them, and they've only got 63 total.
And Radcliffe came into this game after an amazing and 1. We'll come back to that. But Eric Hackett going through so much contact to get that and 1. And we will see, as you say, an old-fashioned 3-point play.
Yeah, really a terrific finish by Eric Hackett. Just contorting his body all sorts of different ways and finishing through contact. Here's a replay.
And I'm just throwing it up. A great move to get around. He just steps through. I don't even know how that goes in.
And he made the free throw as well, so a 4-point game.
But going back to what I was saying, Radcliffe comes into this game shooting only 16 3-pointers made.
Late whistle there. It's on Aaron Timms. And the answer to our question of when will we see Rico Hallman is now. Aaron Timms also has 3. Only person with 3 from Mount Olive is Josiah Watkins, but that's a guard, so you'll live with it with guards. They can often save those fouls better than big fellas can, but they will leave Timms in there. So both the 4 and the 5 of the Warriors have 3 personal fouls, trailing by 4, 9:14 left here in the second half. Second one's good from Dunton. Lead goes to 6, 65-59.
Rico Halving having those 13 points just coming from the first half alone. See if he can cook something up and get the Warriors back in this game as they're down 6 right now with just under 9 minutes left. And a great move from Aaron Timms to get the bucket.
Double figures now for Aaron Timms. Really good feed from Hallman. Recognized he had 3 defenders around him. Aaron Timms cut to the basket and finished. There's Dunton. Going to back down to Effenberger. Kicks out. 3 from Roberts, who's checked in for the first time. A scramble for it. It's pulled down by Watkins, who is throwing it up for Barnes. Effenberger, a full court pass to Hallman, who was fouled.
Griffin Effenberger, QB1 in this game.
There's only one person in this gym who would think about throwing that pass, let alone actually do it. It's
Hail
Griffin
Mary
Effenberger.
downfield. Just sees Rico Hallman running a streak down the court.
That was unbelievable. So 2 shots for Hallman. First one's good. 45% free throw shooter on the year. And goes 1 of 2 from the line.
Lead
Rebounded
stays at 3.
by Barnes. And as Matt said, lead is 3, 65-62. Just over 8 minutes to play. This is Davis. Crossover, pull up from the elbow, gets it to fall. And a timeout called by Mount Olive. They lead by 5, 8 minutes to play here, immediate timeout. You're watching Southern Wesleyan University basketball here on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network.
This is it. Step into community, step into faith, step into life. Step into Southern Wesleyan University.
Back underway now here. The 3 Warriors with 3 personal fouls all in the game. Smith, Hallman, and Timms. They need him at this point. Under 8 media timeout. Back underway. Hallman had it stripped by Davis. Now here goes Watkins the other way. Through the lane, lost it out of play. There's no way that's a foul, man.
There is absolutely no way.
So Watkins will head to the free throw line. Here's a replay. Aaron Timms actually cannot be straighter up. First free throw from Watkins is good.
Dyra Brown will come in for Aaron Timms, who now has 4 fouls in the game off a very questionable foul call.
And Shane Patterson now has his shoe off with his foot up on the bench. That's him over there with the ice on his foot, so we'll take that as he's probably not coming back here today. Can the Trojans dig deep and finish without their leading scorer? Here's Hallman. Has to be careful. And throws a tough pass. Intercepted by Watkins. Now Dutton right back and finished by Roberts. They worked that transition perfectly. That's a drill they do in practice all the time. 3-on-2. And it's a 9-point lead now for Mount Olive. Ball screen from Brown. Shea Smith finds a lane. Couldn't get enough control of the ball to finish. Good effort from him. The foul is on Barnes. His first. Good asset for the Trojans to have a big fellow who doesn't foul too often in Khalif Barnes. Just his first of the game with 6:50 left in the second half. First free throw from Shea Smith is good. Senior day today for the Warriors. Got 3 of them on the roster: Dyron Brown, Griffin Effenberger, Sam Limehouse. Can they dig deep and pull one out here for those seniors? Or can the Trojans hold on without their leading scorer? 71-64 as Smith went 2 of 2 from the stripe. 6.5 to play. This is Watkins spinning and traveled. Good defensive pressure there from the Warriors.
And I was about to say, like, there's no way they're going to let them get away with that treble. But as the entire Warriors bench erupted for that call.
Smith crosses the timeline with 24 on the shot clock. Smith, Hallman, Effenberger, Hackett, and Brown. Here's Brown. Hackett. Smith popped out, pulls a 3. It's short, but there's Rico on the offensive rebound. Hackett, can he make it from 3? He does. It's rattled home. Timeout Warriors, 4-point game. Great job there from Rico Hallman on the offensive glass and finding Eric Hackett, who knocked it down from downtown. 60-second timeout. We'll take it with him. 4-point game. Back now at Teisinger Gymnasium, 6 minutes to play, 71-67. The visiting Mount Olive Trojans lead the Southern Wesleyan Warriors. Some good pressure here from the Warriors. Got to get it off quickly. That's 10 seconds. All the refs missed it. That was a 10-second call. There was 20 on the shot clock before they crossed half court. That was a missed call there. Can the Trojans capitalize?
5 seconds on the shot clock. They'll go to drive in.
Watkins finishes with the right hand. Man, that's a tough sequence there for the Warriors, and Trojans go back up by 6.
It's just how does all 3 refs missing the 10-second call?
Looking inside for Hallman. Hallman backing. It was bumped.
Wow.
Threw it up and it fell. Big time shot from Rico Hallman. His first made field goal of the second half is one as tough as that. And he'll head to the stripe for one. And here's a replay of the last backcourt sequence from Mount Olive. Really, really good pressure from the Warriors. As you can see, the shot clock will roll. Don't have the angle for the clock, but it is at 20 right now. And you can see even Rico Hallman looking at or pointing at the clock. He just made the free throw. And Radcliffe steps into a three and knocks it down. So the and one from Rico Hallman is answered by a traditional three from Radcliffe, and it's back to a 7-point game. Effenberger gets a screen from Brown. Now Rico, head of steam to the basket, floater, falls, and a foul. Back-to-back and ones for Rico Hallman. He'll head to the stripe for one again. It's on Dunton, the blocking foul. Man, Rico, just such an improved player. Just that's what you do when you can knock down threes. Is the closeouts are harder. Then you have a step on your defender, and you can finish around the paint like he can. It's going to be 2 points more often than not.
Rico Hallman now with 19, a chance for 20 right here. And gets it.
And the
20-point game.
The free throws as well. Just a 45% free throw shooter on the year. It's two pretty big ones. The lead is back to 3.
Rico Hallman with 24 and 3 in the game.
They go inside to Murphy. He goes up and under and finishes. And Coach Scheidt's not happy with something. It gives time the Trojans to set up their full court pressure here as they sort out whatever the issue is over there at the clock. As it stands, it's 76-73, 4:19 to play. I believe it should be 78-73. That is what they add. 4:19 to play. Both teams in the double bonus. 1 timeout remains for Mount Olive. 2 remain for Southern Wesleyan. The 5 on the floor for the Warriors are Hallman, Taylor, Hackett, Brown, and Effenberger. Murphy, Radcliffe, Dunton, Watkins, and Davis for Mount Olive. Inbounded to Hackett. 5-point lead for Mount Olive. Cross court to Taylor. Back to Hackett. He pumps and drives. This is Effenberger. Straight away 3. Long rebound to Hallman. There he is again on the offensive glass. And Taylor will slow it down.
Aaron Tim's looking to come back in. He does have 4 fouls, so coming back in means he has to be careful.
Here's Griff looking for an angle. Cross-court feed to Hallman. Steps in, and the 3 is too strong. The rebound goes to Radcliffe. Effenberger tried to jump the lane there in the backcourt. Under 4 to play now.
.330 left to play. 5-point game. Mount Olive still in their favor.
Here's Dunton. Now Murphy gets doubled. Goes up and through. Man, Aaron Murphy, great game off the bench for him. Double digits. He's got 12.
12 points.
And a 7-point lead for Mount Olive. Effenberger gets fouled. It's a 7-point game, and that will send us now, I believe, to our media timeout. Actually, no, just a replay, as Effenberger got fouled there. So 3 to play. Effenberger has 2 shots now, both teams in the double bonus for the rest of the way. Griffin, one of the seniors here today, 71% from the free throw line. Gets the first one to fall. That is the 3rd foul on Radcliffe. Here comes both Timms and Smith. Shea Smith has the shooter, Griffin Effenberger. Darren Brown takes a seat. Second one strong. Rico's fighting for it. Effenberger came back for it. So, man, there's Rico Allman again. 6-point game. And the Warriors make it a one-possession game here with the made three. Taylor gets pressured heavily, and we have a jump ball. Possession arrow belongs to Mount Olive. And here comes Shea Smith now in for Effenberger. So 6-point game now, 2:40 to play. And ball's going the other way now with the Warriors. Turnover from Mount Olive. Smith, Euro step, right hand finishes. 4-point game.
A great Euro from him as well.
2:20 to play now. Davis crossing the timeline. Taylor on him. High ball screen from Radcliffe. Watkins looking to make a basket. Was fouled before the shot, but it's 2 free throws either way. It's on Hackett. It's that nice move from Shea Smith. Hackett's first. And Watkins knocks down the first. 77% free throw shooter. Overall, Mount Olive, a pretty good free throw shooting team.
Best
Lefty
team shooting over 70%.
And the lefty Watkins knocks down both. It's 82-76, 2 minutes left. Warriors looking for another bucket here. Taylor gonna try to split and was fouled by Murphy. So he'll get 2 free throws now. So the freshman Jonathan Taylor now to the free throw line. .65% on the year. From Gwinnett, Georgia, knocks down the first. And the second rattles out. So lead stays at 5. 1:45 to play. Warriors going to need some stops. Dunton, we're going to drive on Allen. Takes out to Davis. 10 the shot clock. Dunton going to try to back down Allen. Here he is to the basket with a foul. Tough bucket there from Dunton. He's now got 23. He's 8 of 10 from the field here today. And Dunton knocks down the three-point play. Lead is up to 8 for Mount Olive. They get it into Hackett. Now Rico with the head of steam. Smith splits a double team. Shea spins, can't hit, and a foul. Lots of whistles going both ways. That one's on Davis.
Davis just this second.
A lot of whistles, but really not a lot of people in foul trouble. No one has more than 3 for Mount Olive. And for the Warriors, it's Timms with 4, who is not on the floor right now.
You do have Shea, you do have Hallman that do have 3. But right now that won't really matter unless we go even more down the stretch. But we just have a minute 15 left in this game. As Marcus Long checks in for Jonathan Taylor.
And the second one, no good from Shea Smith. Warriors going to try to pressure in the backcourt. But Watkins gets it across pretty easily and finds Davis. Now Dutton, it was fouled by Hackett. Dutton's super aggressive right now, and they're doing a great job of getting him the ball in some positions to score or head to the free throw line. 81% on the season coming into the game. So the Azies 5 of 5 so far. 6 of 6. Barnes checks in for Murphy. And Dutton goes 2 of 2 from the stripe. Big game from him here today. He's got 25. Now Effenberger looking to get to the basket. He was fouled by Radcliffe. So now 2 shots for Effenberger. 9-point game as it stands. That is the 4th on Colin Radcliffe.
And Radcliffe, another star in this game for Mount Olive, came into this game averaging 5.1 points a game. He's got 14 in the game.
14 for Radcliffe, 26 for Dutton, 10 for Watkins, 12 for Murphy. For the Warriors, Hallman has 20, Hackett has 15, Aaron Timms has 10. And now Effenberger has 11. Warriors need to stop. Would love a turnover here in the backcourt. Radcliffe was fouled by Effenberger.
A lot of whistles and a lot of questionable whistles as well. That was a great poke coming from Effenberger too. That's just his first foul though. But with teams in the double bonus, that'll send him to the line.
Here is a replay.
Looked like he picked it clean.
Radcliffe knocks down the first. Now 36 total fouls called here in the game. 18 on each team. And Radcliffe knocks down them both. Leads back up to 9, 50 seconds here to play. Hard screen from Long. Smith lost it on the way up. It will stay with the Warriors. A very legal screen from Long, just extremely hard. Not sure if anyone called it out, but Marcus Long was standing there and did not lean into him at all. That's a completely legal screen.
Just Watkins went down hard after it.
Yeah, you usually see those like more near the half-court area, but that was right at the three-point line. Just a really tough screen from Marcus Long. Warriors going to need a really, really quick bucket and then a really, really quick turnover. They get it into Long. Now Smith. Effenberger pops and shoots a leaning three that falls in. That's a really tough shot from Effenberger. Couple seconds came off the clock, though. It's down to 38. It's a 6-point game, 89-83. Really, really high-scoring game here in this one. And a timeout called by the Warriors. Just a 30-second timeout here. Certainly to try to set up their defense and set up some type of pressure to cause the Trojans to turn the ball over. (89-83), 38.1 left. Both teams in desperate need of a win here in conference play. Southern Wesleyan 3-13, Mount Olive 5-11. Next game up for the Warriors is here against Emmanuel. So gets extremely more difficult. Got to play the conference's leading scorer, one of the nation's leading scorers in KJ Jones, and the Emmanuel Lions in their final game of the season.
And KJ Jones is having an amazing year.
Edging ever closer to 3,000 points is KJ Jones. Gonna have a chance to break it against the Warriors. Hit-ahead pass, and now Dutton the right-handed layup. Perfectly broken press by Mount Olive. They get the bucket. And that will all but do it. An 8-point game. Warriors going to try to shoot it quickly. It's Long, whose three is short. Dutton got the rebound, was fouled. And now we head to the free throw line for 2 shots.
And that will pretty much do it for this game, as we'll just go to free throws now. But as you're just talking about, the Warriors' next stop is at Tyson Gymnasium, and that will be against Emmanuel. And Emmanuel is going to be a tough opponent, but it will recap not just the home stretch, but the Warriors' 2024 season.
Lions 22-5 overall, 14-2 in conference play coming into today. And today they are facing off with Belmont Abbey. Both free throws there good. And it's a 10-point game now, 93-83. Now 15 on the shot clock. Effenberger had it stolen away, and that will just about do it. The Warriors will probably not foul. And now Dutton will dribble it out. So road sweep for Mount Olive here today. Both the girls and the guys are victorious. Guys by a score of 93-83 off the back of a big-time performance from Redford Dutton. 28 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 9 of 11 from the field on 28 points. That is just an efficient game from Dutton. They also had Radcliffe with 16, Murphy with 12, Watkins with 10 for the Warriors. They were led in scoring by 20 points from Rico Hallman, and 5 rebounds, 3 assists to go with it. Effenberger had 14, Hackett had 15, Aaron Timms had 10. So a 10-point road victory for the Trojans here today. Southern Wesleyan falls again in conference play, now to 3-14 and 4-23 overall. So that would do it for our coverage here today. We'll see you on Wednesday as the Warriors host Emmanuel right here on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.